jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Welcome to World Combat Sports. Back at it again. Salute to the supporters. Appreciate all y'all pulling up, supporting me on the weekend. Fight weekend just passed. We had a hell of a card over there at Top Rank. Shout out to Top Rank Promotions for doing the damn thing. We have a pretty good amount to unwrap. It's not going to be extremely long right now, but later on this evening, I'm definitely going to get back on and go a little bit more in depth about the review. The review of the fight card. But as you all seen, the main event, which was, had a lot of vested interest because potentially this division is could be the next one to unify. This division has some names in there that people are interested in. It's amazing how it works itself back around because now we have basically consolidated 3 belts, just like the welterweight division. We have Beterbeiv, who's the WBC, IBF, and WBO champion. He has 3 of the belts to Dmitry Bivol's 1. So those 2 may be fighting sometime in the near future. It all depends. Andrew Charles on deck with it. What's good? Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up, my brother. So, we have a light heavyweight division. And, we have a 3/4 of the belt in possession of Artur Beterbeiv. And, Dmitry Bivol has the WBA. Now, what makes it very interesting is I was able to see, the next man in line, which is Anthony Yarde. Cool cat. We all know that. And it was a lot of hype going in behind Anthony Yarde. It still is. He's 22-2. He had that loss to Sergey Kovalev, which, just talking behind the scenes, he didn't get good sparring for that. He is some things that was going on in his camp and everything. And then he recently had his second loss and going on a 2-fight win streak. So my question to him was, what did he change heading off that second loss? Because I'm going to be honest with you, in order for him to really start excelling and making that name for himself as a consistent top tier name in the light heavyweight division, he has to continue to win. You know what I'm saying? And if he is, which he said he was, the next in line for Beterbeiv, this is going to be interesting. Real talk. Because Yarde say, hey, he a monster, I'm a monster. And what you saying? Having the opportunity to put eyes on Yarde, who was in the building this past fight weekend, and put eyes on Beterbeiv. That's going to be a very, very interesting fight. Styles for styles, heart for heart, and grit for grit. That's going to be a very interesting fight, man. Because, see, Beterbeiv, looking at this dude up close, he looks like, a freaking debt collector, hitman, somebody who takes life seriously, especially the plate that feeds it. He takes it very seriously about what he putting on the plate, what he's working for, and everything else that goes along with it. He don't ever give me an impression that he's the guy that just would gaff off any training. You know what I'm saying? He's straight up. He don't care about fashion. He don't care about none of that shit. Like, I'm gonna post a video probably later on today. I talked with Beterbeiv's trainer, and so you can learn some things from what his trainer told me. I did talk to one of his trainers on his team, so it was a very interesting interview. And I look to go a little bit more detail in that later. But seeing the Beterbiev Smith fight, he was just too much, man. This dude has crazy power. This dude is vicious. He's what you call a boxing enforcer. Beterbiev is all about that life. He is. People tend to bring up him being on the canvas. Well, sometimes, you get laid out on the canvas. I mean, you go to the canvas. It depends on if you laid out on the canvas and you can't get up, or you hit the canvas and get up. It's two different, entry exits to that. Everybody that hit the canvas is not the same. Everybody that touched the canvas doesn't get the same criticism. Some people are praised for getting off the canvas and continue to fight. Others who touch the canvas once or twice and they get up and do the same thing, they're criticized. But for Beterbiev, nobody's thinking about when he hit the canvas. Nobody ain't talking about shit except his domination of Joe Smith. Now, give it up to Joe Smith, man. He came out there and he showed heart. Had a lot of courage. He came out the gate trying to take it to Beterbiev. He wanted to see, could he handle his pressure? How was he built? And it just wasn't enough, man. Beterbiev was a dog. Like, his strength, you know what I'm saying? His mental fortitude as a fighter, him believing in himself, even in the final presser. You ask him a question, he doesn't have many words for the answer. Not that he's incapable, incompetent of answering the question. It's that he really want to get down to business. That's all. He want to get down to the hunt. When it's the weigh-in, okay, I'm here to fight. I'm the boxer, brother. I'm the boxer. That's all I worry about. I'm the boxer. I go in there to win. This dude had 18 wins and 18 knockouts, dog. 18 wins, 18 knockouts right now. And Yarde, man, I'm looking forward to seeing. Yarde is not a small dude. Him and Beterbiev, to be honest, looking at this thumbnail of mine, and shout out to, WCS Media, all my own content and shots. People wake up one day and say, you know what? Scotty be out there getting his work in, and really, I separate myself from the YouTube shit. I actually go there and get my work in. I shot a total of like 17,000 stills from all the fights combined this past weekend. That's why you haven't seen me on, because I had to edit some. I had to hurry and put them out there while the flow of the fight is still in the early stages. You got to get them out the fight week. So every time that happened, and I'm not online like I used to, it's because I'm up here editing these pictures. But look at this picture of Beterbiev, man. Come on, man. Come on. That's a picture from 200 yards away. I got to give it up to myself, man. Real talk. I love what I do. You know what I'm saying? I love capturing moments of, these pictures and everything. And Beterbiev, he looks like a, pretty massive in this picture. But seeing him in person, him and Yarde is about the same size. Real talk. They're about the same size. Joe Smith, he's not a small looking dude, man. But to hear Yarde say I'm a monster too, hey, I really want to see this fight. I do. I really want to see Yarde and see what he has to offer. I didn't know Yarde until this past weekend. Um, I still don't know him that much, but as far as being a fan, partially a fan, just because he is approachable, he's a nice dude, cool, and he can fight. But for me, being approachable and everything, and speaking on what you do as a profession, that resonates a lot to me. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what resonates to me. So he wants to fight. He said he wasn't there scouting. He said he's next in line, regardless. He wasn't there scouting. He said he's next in line, point blank, period. Don't matter who it was. Yarde's next in line. So expect Yarde to fight Beterbiev. That fight should be somewhere down the line. If they make it this year, cool. I'm gonna go in detail a little bit more this evening about him and his trainer being on um, different sheets of music when it comes to him taking his second loss and his trainer explaining why he took the loss. They don't seem to be on the same accord. To be honest, real talk. I'm just being honest. They don't seem to be on the same accord. King Mitch on deck with it. What's good? Beterbiev will beat the fuck out of Yarde as well. I'm not saying that he won. I'm just want to see that it go down. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to give Yarde the benefit of the doubt that he's far removed from Sergey Kovalev. All right. So I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's far removed from Kovalev, right? That's all I want to do, man. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because as media, you can't go in here like Mitch. You can't go in here and Mitch. Motherfucker, where you at? God damn. Hey, man, come on here for a second, man. What the fuck you talking about? You ready for Beterbiev, dog? Man, don't nobody give a damn about that shit, dog. You know what's in store for you. I can't do that, dog. Yarde Joe Smith is 50-50. He won't be fighting Joe Smith. He's guaranteed the winner. You know what I'm saying? He's guaranteed the winner. I like Yarde, but I don't see him beating Beterbiev. That's all good. That's all good. I never said I saw him beating Beterbiev. Let's get that straight. I never said I seen him beating him. I'm just saying they the same size, almost. I would give the edge slightly to Beterbiev, but not so much a separation that we're talking about Rolly Javante Davis. No, that's not the case. I don't see it like that. Andrew Charles, what's good with it, bro? Smith sure looked game when he came out, and he was, but Beterbiev got stone hands. He did, man. He was hitting Joe Smith on top of the head. And most of the time when I'm looking through the lens the entire fight card. It's not too many. Like if I go there and I'm shooting, I don't get a chance to look at the fight like just where I'm at. So it's certain things that I can see through a lens up close and personal, like facial expressions, all that shit. Like I can see it as if I'm on the ring apron. And Joe Smith was really feeling those punches from Beterbiev. He was getting hit on top of the head. I remember one time that Beterbiev, kind of gave him the cross face, the elbow, and then time they clinched again, Joe Smith gave it right back to him. He didn't come in there and fuck off, man. He didn't come in there and like, I'm unsure. No, Joe came in there to try to break this dude early. But Beterbiev is a machine, man. Beterbiev is a machine. Real talk. I'm glad I was able to catch him outside the hotel, and get the pick with him. That's just another one for the portfolio, man. Nice dude, a killer. And it's going to be very interesting to see him and Yarde. Real talk. It's going to be very interesting. Next, I want to talk about Jahi Tucker, the welterweight. And shout out to Team Jahi Tucker, man. Grand fight weekend. Grand fight weekend. But are we at a point right now, right? that we should be considering Jahi Tucker on the radar for fighting a top 15 opponent, even with 8 victories. The reason why I say this is that a lot of people out here hyping freaking David Morrell up, and the dude is just becoming 7-0. But then again, if that's the case, and you want to hype David Morrell up, now we got to compare performances between Morrell and Jahi Tucker. In my opinion, I feel Jahi Tucker. We're talking about 2 fighters who have that type of experience at this point in their career. I feel Jahi Tucker had much more of an entertaining and dominating performance. Now, 8 victories at this day and time doesn't mean too much. If you look at the Michael Fox and Maestre fight, Maestre, his name Maestro, Maestre. Maestre came in there, I think he was 2-0. 1-0, he's going in there against Michael Fox, who had over, I think, 22 professional fights, I believe. We should start paying attention to Jahi Tucker because he's an entertaining fighter. And his style is not what you call predictable. You know what I'm saying? Just a basic predictable style. Some of the things he does, if you look at I'm gonna tell you where it's all gonna get a little funny with how people are gonna critique Jahi Tucker, but they're not gonna critique Robisa Ramirez. All right, and I'm gonna talk about Robisa Ramirez and Abraham Nova this evening. But Robisa Ramirez fought with his hands down, damn the entire fight. He still knocked out Abraham Nova. Jahi Tucker do some shit in the ring that people's like, oh, he need to get more fun. We can't say that about the black fighter. We ain't gonna say it about Latino fighter or whatever you want to call it. We can't do that no more. We cannot continue to do that shit. We can't, because these fighters have a rhythm and motion that they understand how they body feel and what they're capable of doing when they're in the ring. And Jahi should be considered the face of top 15 sooner or later. No matter what you think, dude got off like 50 some punches. And then punch himself out. His whole team that's over there, they pretty much attuned to what they need to improve each and every fight. You feel me? So I'm telling you, the YouTube community, the boxing universe and everything, y'all definitely need to pay attention to the entertainment value of what he has going on, because he has that unlimited potential as a fighter to go out here and be one of the most entertaining once he starts to get to that, big fight, that turning point in his career. And that's going to happen. Real talk. That's going to happen, man. I don't know why certain people look at him and say, well, it's even the cat that was sitting behind me, right? Another media guy. He said, I ain't sold on Jahi, man. I ain't sold. This before the first round even took. I ain't sold on this guy. By the time it got to at the end of the second into the third, he's like, damn, I might have been wrong on this fighter. You just have to pay attention to what he got going on, how he does it. You know what I'm saying? His end game to everything he put out there in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He has a very entertaining style to watch. He ain't scared to go out there and do new shit. For somebody to go out there and execute that many punches without even having any type of optimism, say, oh shit, let me slow down. Hold up. Let me back up. Whew, God damn. Some people do that after 10 to 15 punches, man. But for him to land as much punches as he did in the corner, and not get punched out, you gotta say to yourself, damn, this dude has a whole another reservoir of confidence, people. And he can actually go in there and fight. And give it up to DeAndre Smith. He from my footprint. But I never knew the cat like that. I seen him. Come and find out, I did see him, but he had dreads one time in a boxing club. I never knew who he was, man. That's nothing against him. That's nothing against him. I'm in my 50s, bro. I don't remember everything anymore. Real talk. But shout out to DeAndre coming in at the fight. There's a little hate here and there. It's funny how you can be supporting somebody outside your city, but then the ones in your city, not all of them, but the ones in your city, come on, man. You try to support them before they even get big, and they telling you trying to clout chasing. They act like you got to low crawl up in that bitch and get dirty. No, I did that for 20 years. People had something to say when I was supporting Team Williams, the family. People had something to say, this weekend when I was supporting Jahi Tucker. Man, that's my pockets. This my money. This my passion, my love. And that's what I went out there and did. That shit wasn't easy. You learn, man, the shit you learn by attending these fights is priceless. You know what I'm saying? And people, it's gonna come to a point, like I tell people all the time, it's certain areas you can't talk to me about boxing if I done been there and talked to certain fighters' camps and their fighter and everything else. Like, it's certain things you're not gonna be able to tell me about Jahi Tucker because I pretty much understand how his pops, how his team, and how they running things, and their mindset. They believe Jahi Tucker is absolutely ready for a top contender. If you look at my interview, he said it himself. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. What's good? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Nova later on today. Alexander on deck. What's good? So definitely understand he's on the radar. Jahi Tucker's on the radar. It was great to cover them once again, but you have to understand I covered the fight card. All the content I put out, check my content out on IG and my Facebook group, my Facebook page, World Combat Sports. Check out the videos on YouTube and stop playing like, I don't have time for the negativity just because it's a fighter that's out there that's going against a fighter that's from my hometown. What is that supposed to mean, though? What is that supposed to mean? Like, if I was glorified with what I do in media, it'd be a lot more attention in my own city, bro. But boxing, we haven't had no big cards. But one thing they can't say about WCS is I haven't covered the cards in my own city. I've covered a surplus of boxing cards on the regional tier in my motherfucking city. So if I'm covering Jahi Tucker, I'm going over here on my own dime and covering the fight card. But I'm covering a specific fighter that's an up and rising star. Just because I have a fighter coming out of GA, what does that mean? I don't know him. I don't feel no type of way about him. He was a cool cat. I interviewed him. I'm always a professional, man. But people try to turn it like I'm supporting this guy all the way over here. They said the same thing when I was rolling with Williams. When he started getting attention. They didn't say shit about it when we was down in the dark ass trenches and we was going to these cars all over the place and putting in hours upon hours of media shit. All the stuff I learned traveling with them. They didn't have shit to say because they didn't know who he was. And then, more and more Roy Jones attached to Team Williams, and people start seeing it. Now they got something to say. But they're not gonna ask me, hey, what was that like traveling with this? What was this like when you went here? I learned a lot about the media game. I learned a lot about boxing, learned a lot about the media game. That's family, bro, for real. But don't ever get it in your thought process that I have to ask permission to cover anybody. I can cover who the fuck I want to cover. Now y'all gotta chill, man. Why don't y'all just respect the fact that I'm out here grinding outside of my city, spending my own money to learn more about the sport of boxing. Back to the topic, I'm just saying Jahi may be somebody you want to pay attention to. Real talk. He's on the radar. He's 8-0 right now. And he got the stoppage in the 4th round against DeAndre Smith. DeAndre Smith didn't come to lay down. He won the bum. Dude can box. And once again, PSA to anybody who tell me something about an opponent that's coming out and or opponent that's attached to Jahi. I'm not the trainer. I'm not the strength and conditioning. So it makes no sense for you to tell me anything about DeAndre Smith leading up to the fight, because like I said, I have nothing to do with the mechanics of that team. So stuff I was hearing, man, it's people just trying to treat me like I'm a rookie or something, man. Talking about he wasn't training, he wasn't this, man. It was hilarious, bro. Man, maybe y'all should call up their team and see how they operate. They don't know. They wavelength different. They don't give a fuck about none of that. If he chose not to come in there and train, then they would pretty much say, okay, it's a boxing match at the end of the day. You know what their mindset is that they train for a champion each and every time they go in the fight camp. They don't train for a guy just this, that, and the other. But I gotta show love to DeAndre because he went in there and boxed. For real. DeAndre went in there and boxed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vic for pulling up with his fighter. Like I said, I'm gonna be honest. I forget faces. I be going around and shit. I be forgetting people, man. I asked Vic a dumbass question. I said, who you up here for? I didn't know, man. I was here running around and shit. So, apologize to Vic, man. I didn't know you was up here for DeAndre. I didn't get no pre-information about this fight that you was with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that happened boxing wise in the A that I don't know about. It's not because I don't ask. I'm not trying to go on a treasure hunt when I got other things to do. I have no problem with finding out shit. I try to support as much as possible. But hopefully y'all don't sit up here and devalue the win, because DeAndre, he did come up here and fight. He ain't no chump. He ain't no soft touch. None of that shit. Him and Jahi had a good fight while it lasted. For real. They had a good fight, man. They had a real good fight, man. He had his people in the building. Man, Top Rank had that motherfucking Hulu theater lit. That motherfucking, they had Shoo up in there. Man, come on. That shit was lit up in there, man. And I haven't even talked about the other fight card because I'm trying to wait till I finish some of the pictures that I have. But I have Shoo Carrington, man, Bruce Carrington. Shout out to him, man. He fought Adrian Leyva. I have some pictures of him coming out too. Troy Isley. Troy Isley, middleweight. Shout out to Troy Isley, man, the Transformer. That's another guy you should be looking out for. He's a middleweight. He ain't that nice, man. Like he ain't that nice to play with, dog. He get in the ring and get straight to the point. Real talk. Troy's an old school throwback, man. He's all about the business. He go in there and get his training. He has a damn good team, man. He himself is a rising star to look out for in the middleweight division. He went in there and fought Dante Stubbs, and man, they was going at it, dog. Dante Stubbs' record is 6-5, man, but goddamn it, him and Troy Isley was very entertaining. For real. Him and Troy Isley was entertaining. And he coming at the fight, hailing out of Alexandria, Virginia. So y'all keep an eye out for the middleweight, man. He improved his record to 6-0. 6-0, 4 knockouts. Definitely check out Troy, man. He's an Olympic, Olympian that's transferred over to the professional ranks. Continue to put wrinkles to his game. He's a good dude all around. Seriously. He's a good dude all the way around, man. Very professional. Talk highly of his team. And y'all need to check him out on IG. Make sure y'all check out Jahi Tucker on IG too. Start following these guys and pay attention to them. 2 black fighters on the rise. Show him that attention, man. Learn more about him. Um, I'm definitely gonna get into Abraham Robisi. That was crazy. That fight right there was crazy, man. You know, I did an interview with Abraham Nova at the weigh-ins. You can check that out on my channel. I'm gonna talk about that later on today. Wendy Toussaint came in and does what Wendy does. Do what Wendy does. You know, Wendy can box, man. He had the crowd jumping. You know, he kind of was early on the undercard. And, you know, he fought Asina Byfield. And that was a pretty good fight, except his opponent was a little bit unorthodox, a little awkward. He kept shooting this right uppercut when he was out of range. It was almost similar to like a modified Bolo, Bolo without the punch. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he kept going back. He leaned heavy to his right, and he'd shoot that uppercut, and he's out of range. He may have been able to land it in the gym, but I didn't see it land too much in the ring that time. I think we all want to see Beterbeiv, Bivol, but it's not happening next in the meantime. Nah, not at all. Not at all, man. Cloud chasing is one of those punk terms that's overused. Chumps be saying shit all the time. Man, I'm like, I don't have nothing, to waste my time. Like, if cats don't know by now from what the shit I got out here, I just went out. Look, a lot of people didn't even know I was gonna be in NYC because I ain't say shit about it. I just went. I ain't say shit about it. I just went, and that's what it was. But damn, I guess I draw that type of attention. Like, nobody will never donate to the channel. They don't try to ask you and call you up and see, hey, what you got coming up next? Can they donate to your Cash App? But they always have something to say. Like, my shit extends far past this YouTube, doing live videos every day, man. That's all I'm saying. And then I try to establish a rapport with the fighter, not trying to go up there and talk about all their flaws because I'm not the one training them. That's not what I do. I'm not training any fighter. But when fighters and their team come up and try to approach them, talk to the team. Like, people come to me about Williams, talk to the team. The shit I heard about Jahi Tucker, they try to come talk to the team, bro. Y'all doing the wrong thing. Y'all should be supporting WCS, not coming here then trying to relay messages to me about the team that's ran by different people, by Showtime and Coach Tucker and all them. Talk to them, man. They the ones that's over there making that shit happen. That shit's very frustrating, man. Like, damn, I be holding my decor, when it comes to addressing people. I be trying to be damn polite. But man, you're talking to a man in his 50s, bro. You're not contributing anything to what I got going on. That shit is tough. Flying over there, being in places, getting the media shit done, locating the fighters, all that, man. Top Gang loves that Hulu theater. Man, I'm telling you, man, if y'all go to the Hulu, man, I like that joint, man. I'm telling you, I like the Hulu theater. Because first of all, the capacity is not that large, right? You can pack it in, and then it gives you a more comfortable, cozy feeling, for the fights that you have on, because it's only one side. You know what I'm saying? It's only one side to the theater. So you get to have that one side and look straight down on the fight. All the fans and everything is on one side of the theater, and you're looking at the fight. I like that shit, man. I like it for real. But it was great. You know what I'm saying? It was great. My time before that, I was out there with Team Williams. Shout out to the family. You know what I'm saying? We was out there in the garden. Had a great time. Had a great time up there this weekend, with Team Tucker. Primarily me and his pops, man. Me and his pops was rolling around. He was dropping some gems about his son about the team, stuff like that. So that's knowledge I always have off record. I even got the audio. You know, I was recording. He knew it, but I was recording some of our conversation, and we was talking about boxing. So I'm definitely gonna put that up too on the thumbnail of him talking and dropping some gems on what's going on with the team. How training was, certain things that he do. He pretty much mentioned that Jahi had a nutritionist this time around. He was still drinking water and eating all the way up to weigh in. Hold up. They testing. Hey, I'll be back later on. Appreciate y'all pulling